Welcome or welcome back. My name is Ash and this is Ash Reacts. Today we are diving back into Jujutsu Kaisen, starting Season 2, Episode 1. After the movie, I'm so excited to dive into this. I feel like every episode, every installation of this show just leaves me wanting more, leaves me wanting to dive into the next episode. Watching this weekly has been so fulfilling because I get to ruminate on everything, but it's also really hard because I'm not binging it and I am an avid binger. I'm really hoping we get to see Yuta in this season. We got to see GOJO going to see him at the end of the movie, so I am very hopeful for that. In just an hour and 45 minutes, they had me in love with his character, and I think he will be a great addition to our team. The movie did such a good job at making us invested in GOJO as well, and I'm so intrigued as to what his role is in this big mastermind with all the special grade curses. It's like so hard to readjust my brain to think like Itadori main character again and not Yuta. I don't think we've ever met this guy. Oh no. This reminds me of Tokyo Ghoul. Exercise, absorb, over and over. Is this young Geto? Because he eats curses. Dude, then why are you doing it? That's the body telling you you're not supposed to be eating that. Yeah? And how did that turn out? Oh my gosh, I'm like so invested and so much is already happening and... Mad cow disease? What year is this? Family annihilation? Is that what he did? Well, if any house is going to be haunted, it's going to be where a family annihilation happened. I'm so intrigued where we are in the timeline. I'm trying to decide if this is May before her braid. I really do think this is Mai because she was talking about money and we know she loves money. One thing about me, I would love to go see abandoned locations like this and just snoop. I love to snoop. I'm nosy. I like knowing about people even if I don't know them. However, then I think about like rats and bugs, ghosts. I don't believe in ghosts, but I'm not going to risk it. You know, squatters. There's just so many things you could run into, and then I talk myself out of doing this stuff. But the way you can do it safely, estate sales. Don't split up. Not a mirror right facing the door. And a noose. The police didn't take that down? Oh, she's funny. Last door? It's gonna be the bad one. Well, their clothes are set out. I don't know if they planned on killing themselves if their clothes were set out for the day. Under the bed is always where stuff is. No, the door's closing behind you. No. Oh, I hate the camera. They're doing such a good job at building tension. Rats. See, I told you, rats. The camera work, the animation is so good, and I feel like it's different. Maybe I'm wrong than last season. How are you a Jujutsu sorcerer if you're scared? It's true. She's not wrong. Huh? Oh no. It's a labyrinth. Okay, what about it? Oh, you're going in a circle? I'm very stressed for these ladies. Okay, good to know. And the way they're choosing to animate this or to draw this, I guess, where it's just the window pane and we see them passing by, I feel like is so creative. So both our girls are smart, it seems. They're figuring stuff out. Oh wow, it's a regular. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I just didn't know how to verbalize it. You're just gonna have to trust me. Yeah, because that'll confuse it. It won't be able to build both sides at all. Especially because they're going so fast and there's two directions. Nice. I like these girls. I like them. This has definitely got to be our girl with the braid because she's always thinking about money, and I'm pretty sure GOJO paid her for her recommendations for students in the finale of the first season. Yeah, it's working! Still scary, but it's working. Are we still gonna be split up? Oh no, no. Are we okay? What happened? We're in a sinkhole. It's one of my biggest fears. GOJO? Oh, is this the intro then? These are all like people older. I don't see Itadori and our friends, so I'm like, what's going on? I'm very intrigued. I'm not mad. The show has been taking me on a ride, and every time I think I know what's going on, it changes, and it's even better than I thought. So I'm not worried. I'm just like confused in a fun way. If we do get to see like when GOJO was a student, that seems so fun. And the backstory between him and Geto, like I was asking for that at the end of the movie. So if we get to see that, I'm so excited. Oh no. The subtitles were just wrong too, and I'm on Crunchyroll, so that's like weird. So they knew he was absorbing these things? And they were cool with it? All these characters? We already know I'm bad at names, so forgive me. But now they're styled different because they're younger. And half the time I can recognize people as their outfit or their hair. So I'm like extra confused. It's just gotta... I know after rewatching it I'm gonna be good, but... They've been gone for 2 days? Well, I'm glad people came after them then. Hey, 2 points. One thing about me, I used to play basketball for like 1 season in 5th grade, and I am the queen of faking injuries to get out of the game. So someone did point this out in the comments. I noticed it when I was editing. I can pause now so I can talk about it without talking over the show. I have a new like filming setup, and this is the first time I've used it, so I'm like praying to the recording gods that this works. I misinterpreted last episode because I didn't realize the voices were different, and Geto was the one talking about how Jujutsu sorcery exists. It exists to protect non-Jujutsu sorcerers. That is the opposite of what he thinks today. And right now we see that GOJO is kind of where Geto is in the future. They kind of swap perspectives, it seems. What happens to make Geto evil if this is his primary thought? Does he absorb one too many curses? Why is he absorbing the curses, first of all? To me, that doesn't sound like a good idea. you know, you are what you eat situation. I'm assuming with all this prequel stuff we're seeing, we'll get that answer, but it is super interesting to actually be in the past, see it happening before we get this like genocidal maniac. So shout out to the person who told me I was wrong about that in the comments. I did notice it while I was editing. A lot of the time when I'm editing, since I'm rewatching everything, the stuff I missed or I was wrong about, I do understand by the time the video is actually posted. But not always. So thank you when you guys leave comments. I love them. I love the engagement. I love talking about the show. And what changes for GOJO to make him care? And I mean, I guess in the future, we don't get like this super intense moral superiority from him, but something does seem different. Girl, smoke break, that's who I'd be friends with at this school. It's so fun to see GOJO as a student rather than a teacher. Because it's not like he's a traditional teacher. He's very fun and loosey-goosey with the rules. But it's still so different to see him not in an authority role. Erase her? Oh. That's kind of terrifying. Kind of like a philosopher's stone of sorts. So he'll essentially become a curse. Damn, okay. They're dropping so much information, and I'm like, whew, too much. Wow, okay, so that's why we want to protect this girl, because she's like a vessel for Tenjin. Tengen? I don't really know how to pronounce it. Does this girl know what's going on? Does she get a choice in this? Okay, that was so much information. Is Tenjin the one they talk about in season 1 who like guards stuff at the school? They mention him in passing, but I don't think we got so much information about him. I kind of want to Google it, but I don't want to friggin' spoil it, but I'll rewatch it. I'm rewatching the whole show right now with my fiance. Tenjin doesn't die, but he does age, and the body can only handle so much, essentially. So after a certain amount of time, he takes over someone else's body and like restarts the process all over again. That's like a very simplified version. And but I think that's what's going on, and they have to protect the vessel because different groups are fighting for it. Some of them think Tenjin's like a god. Tenjin provides like security for the school in a way, so we need him to be cool, and maybe other groups want him to not be cool so that they can attack the school. Okay, so one of the sexist non-jujutsu people? His character, the character of Ghetto, changes so much from what we're seeing now to what we saw in the film, and it's I gotta know what happens. I'm assuming it has to do with this mission. I don't know. Why are they showing it? It's gotta be important if they're showing it, you know? Huh? It was barely an inconvenience for him. I was shooketh. Is that the girl we're supposed to be protecting? So if we lose this vessel, is there just not another one? Yeah, she is. Is he flying on little spirit creatures like Megumi? He's famous as a student? Damn. They really do put the students through the ringer as if they're just not students, you know? I guess that wasn't new with Gojo's teaching. They just were always like that. Damn, he's threatening to kill people. He doesn't have a blindfold yet. So. Xenon? Like Xenon girl of the 21st century? If you know, you know? Zenin. That's one of the families, right? Fushiguro. Have we seen this guy before? I don't think so. Oh, that was the end of the episode. Okay. Ah! That was so exciting. I know I probably sounded like a blabbering idiot during that episode. That was just because it was nothing what I expected. I expected us to jump back into Itadori and Maki and Toto and freaking Bonita Flakes, and I really thought that's what we were going to get, and it just... I was caught so off guard because of that my brain was kind of catching up for so long. And the fact that the personalities of the people we're seeing are so opposite to some of the personalities of the same people we see in the future, that caught me off guard. A lot of the faculty we got used to in the first season, or the adults that help the faculty, they're students currently and doing what we see Itadori and his friends doing in the first season, going on these little missions, fighting these curses. But it seems like these are kind of... the stakes are a little higher, and these students are probably maybe not first and second year, but maybe third. They seem very good at what they're doing, and they seem to be trusted a lot. Like, GOJO already has a reputation, but they're protecting this star plasma vessel thing so that Tenjin, who is immortal, cannot essentially become a corrupted curse with no free will. How is this going to lead into what we do now? How is this going to change the GOJO we're seeing currently with the GOJO we know is in the future? Even more so, how does the ghetto we're seeing right now become the ghetto of the future, who doesn't care about people and thinks they should all die if they don't have jujutsu powers, when in this one, he's even more caring towards normal people than GOJO is. But all these questions just make me so excited to continue the show. And if you want to continue it with me, hit that subscribe button. Let me know your favorite part of the episode down below in the comments. Like the video if you liked the reaction. Thank you so much for watching. See you next week.